Welcome, dear listener, to a tranquil journey through the heart of ancient Rome, crafted to guide you gently into deep, restful sleep. As you settle into your bed, let the cares of the day melt away like mist fading over the Tiber at dawn. This story, woven with the soft threads of history, will carry you through the rise of the Flavian Dynasty, the golden light of the 5 good emperors, and the dramatic reign of Commodus, where wisdom passes to spectacle. Imagine yourself drifting above Rome's 7 hills, its marble aglow under a velvet sky, the air warm with the scent of pine and distant fires. Breathe slowly. Let each breath draw you deeper into calm, and allow this tale to cradle you into dreams. The Flavian dawn, Vespasian's Rome. The year is 69 AD, and Rome is a city holding its breath. The empire, vast and sprawling, has been shaken to its core. Civil war has swept through its streets like a relentless storm, leaving behind a trail of fallen emperors: Galba, Otho, Calla, Vitalia Siege, a fleeting shadow in the chaos known as the Year of the 4 Emperors. Picture the city now, its 7 hills draped in twilight, the Tiber River reflecting the flicker of torches, and the people, weary from strife, yearning for a steady hand to guide them. The forums are hushed, the temples silent, as if waiting for a sign. That sign comes in the form of a man named Vespasian, a soldier born not of noble blood, but of grit and resolve. Imagine Vespasian standing tall yet unassuming, his face etched with lines from years of campaigns in distant lands, Britain's misty shores, Judea's sun-scorched hills. His voice is low, his gaze steady, carrying the weight of a man who has seen both victory and loss. Unlike the emperors before him, Vespasian does not claim divine favor or dazzle with charisma. Endears him to the legions. As you listen, feel the city begin to settle, its frantic pulse slowing. As Vespasian takes the throne in December of 69 AD, the Flavian Dynasty is born, and with it, a promise to heal Rome's wounds. Vespasian's first steps are cautious, deliberate. The empire's coffers are empty, drained by Nero's extravagance and the civil war's toll. Picture the bustling streets of Rome, where merchants haggle over figs and wine, where senators whisper in marble halls, and where the common folk gather at fountains, their voices a soft murmur of hope. Vespasian walks among them, not as a distant ruler, but as a man who understands their struggles. He reforms taxes, rebuilds temples, and restores order. His every action a stitch in the fabric of a torn empire. As you drift, imagine the sound of hammers striking stone, the creak of carts carrying grain, and the laughter of children in the Suburra's narrow Elisa city. coming back to life. But Vespasian knows that stability alone is not enough. The people need something to rally around, a symbol to restore their pride. His eyes turn to a scarred patch of land in Rome's heart, where Nero's golden house once stood, a sprawling palace of excess, its gardens an artificial lake, a reminder of a ruler who put himself above the city. Vespasian decides to tear it down, to give the land back to the people. In its place, he envisions a monument to unity, a place where Romans of every class can gather to celebrate their shared identity. This is the seed of the Flavian amphitheater, the Colosseum, a dream that will rise from the ashes of Nero's folly. The Colosseum rises, you float deeper into this story. Picture the year 70 AD. The sun hangs low over Rome, casting long shadows across the valley where the Colosseum will stand. Workers move with purpose, their tunics dusted with white travertine powder, their hands calloused from hauling stone from quarries miles away. The air is filled with a rhythmic clink of chisels, the groan of wooden cranes, and the soft chatter of laborers sharing bread under olive trees. This is no ordinary building site. It is a labor of love, a gift from Vespasian to his people. Each block of stone, carefully cut and fitted, is a step toward immortality. Imagine the Colosseum taking shape, its great oval form rising like a mountain born of human will. Its arches, row upon row, curve gracefully against the sky, their symmetry a testament to Roman ingenuity. The structure is vast, over 600 feet long, 500 feet wide, with space for 50,000 souls to gather. Picture the workers pausing at dusk, wiping sweat from their brows, gazing at the skeleton of arches and feeling a quiet pride. This is not just a building. It is a promise, a place where Rome's heart will beat as one, where gladiators will fight and crowds will roar, their voices echoing like waves on a distant shore. Vespasian oversees the work, but time is not on his side. In 79 AD, after a decade of steady rule, he falls ill. Legend has it that even on his deathbed, he jests, "I think I'm becoming a god," his humor unbroken by fate. He passes, leaving the throne to his son, Titus, and the Colosseum unfinished. As you sink deeper, feel the city hold its breath, its eyes turning to Titus, a man whose warmth and charisma light up the darkest corners of Rome. Titus and the Colosseum's glory. Titus is a different kind of ruler, younger, with a spark that draws crowds like moths to a flame. Picture him walking through the forum, his cloak catching the breeze, his smile disarming even the sternest senators. He inherits a Rome on the mend, but also a legacy to complete. The Colosseum, still a work in progress, calls to him. Titus pours his energy into finishing it, and in 80 AD, under a sky painted with the soft hues of dawn, the Flavian amphitheater opens at last. Imagine the gates swinging wide, the creak of wood and iron drowned out by the roar of thousands. The Colosseum is a marvel. Its arches soar, its tiers packed with Romans from every walk of life, senators in white togas, merchants with sunburnt faces, women in flowing stolas, children clutching their parents' hands. The arena below is a stage for spectacle. Gladiators clash with flashing steel. Exotic animals from Africa and Asia pace in cages, and mock naval battles flood the arena with water. Titus hosts games that last 100 days, each one a celebration of Rome's resilience. As you drift toward sleep, let the sound of the crowd wash over you, not jarring, but soothing, like the murmur of a distant sea. Titus' reign is a golden moment, but it is brief. In 81 AD, a sudden illness claims him, and Rome mourns a ruler who felt like the sun itself. His brother, Domitian, steps into the light, a man of intensity and ambition. Domitian is less loved, his gaze sharper, his rule stricter, but he is no less dedicated to the Flavian legacy. He adds the final touches to the Colosseum, a network of tunnels and trapdoors beneath the arena, where gladiators and beasts rise. As if by magic, picture the hypogeum, a labyrinth of stone and shadow, its mechanisms clanking softly as they prepare for the next spectacle. Domitian's reign, from 81 to 96 AD, is marked by this blend of brilliance and tension. His contributions enduring even as his rule divides. As you rest, imagine the Colosseum standing tall, its stones warmed by the sun, its arches framing the stars. The Flavians, Vespasian, Titus, Domitian have given Rome a new heart, a place where the empire's spirit thrives. But their dynasty fades, and a new era waits, one that will shine as Rome's golden age. The 5 good emperors, a golden age. The year is 96 AD, and Rome stands at a crossroads. Domitian's assassination leaves the throne empty, and the Senate wary of another turbulent reign. Chooses Nerva, a gentle elder statesman, to lead. Picture Nerva, his hair silver, his voice soft but firm, stepping into a city still raw from division. His reign, though brief, is a bridge to stability. He lowers taxes, frees political prisoners, and listens to the people's needs. Imagine the forums buzzing again, not with fear, but with hope, as Nerva's fairness soothes Rome's wounds. To secure the future, he adopts Trajan, a military hero, as his era choice that feels like fate aligning. Trajan takes the throne in 98 AD. A warrior with a builder's soul. Picture him, broad-shouldered, standing atop the Palatine Hill, his eyes scanning the city with a vision of grandeur. Under Trajan, Rome's borders stretch to their farthest limits. Dacia's forests fall, and the empire grows rich with gold and grain. But Trajan's legacy is not just conquest, it is creation. Imagine his forum, a sprawling complex of markets, temples, and a towering column that tells his victories in spiraling stone. Walk through it in your mind, feel the cool marble underfoot, hear the chatter of traders selling spices from the east, the laughter of children chasing pigeons. Trajan's Rome is vibrant, invincible, a city that hums with life. In 117 AD, Trajan passes and Hadrian rises. Hadrian is a wanderer, a man with a poet's heart and a restless spirit. Picture him traveling the empire, his cloak dusted with the sands of Egypt or the mists of Britain. He strengthens borders, building Hadrian's Wall across the wild northern hills, a stone serpent stretching through green valleys. In Rome, he gifts the city the Pantheon, its dome a perfect curve, catching the light of dawn through its oculus. Imagine standing beneath it, the air cool, the marble floor smooth, a single beam of sunlight piercing the shadows. Hadrian's reign is a tapestry of art, architecture, and exploration, wrapping the empire in beauty. Antoninus Pius follows in 138 AD, a ruler of quiet strength. His reign is a gentle hum, a time of peace where war retreats and prosperity blooms. Picture fields of golden wheat swaying under a summer sky, merchants sailing the Mediterranean with cargoes of wine and olive oil, and cities thriving from Gaul to Syria. Antoninus governs with a father's care, his laws fair, his taxes light. As you drift deeper, imagine Rome at rest, its people sleeping soundly under his steady hand, just as you are now, sinking into calm. The final of the 5 good emperors is Marcus Aurelius, crowned in 161 AD. Picture him, not in a palace, but in a tent on a distant frontier, writing by lamplight. His meditations, a collection of stoic reflections, are a beacon of wisdom. Even as plagues sweep the empire and barbarian tribes press at the borders, Marcus faces each challenge with unshakable calm. Imagine his words drifting through your mind. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let those words settle over you, a gentle weight, guiding you toward peace. The torch passes. Commodus and the Iranian, 180 AD. Marcus Aurelius passes, and the golden age falters. The torch of empire passes from the philosopher to his son, Commodus, performer whose reign shifts Rome from wisdom to spectacle. Picture Commodus, young and striking, his eyes alight with a hunger for glory. Unlike his father's quiet introspection, Commodus craves the roar of the crowd. He steps not into the Senate, but into the Colosseum's arena, sword in hand, clad in golden armor that gleams like fire. Imagine the sand beneath his feet, the cheers of thousands rising like a tide, as he fights as a gladiator, styling himself as Hercules reborn. From 180 to 192 AD is a stage for drama. He battles lions and men in the Colosseum, each victory a performance that captivates the masses. Picture the arena, alive with spectacle, chariots racing, beasts roaring, the crowd's voices blending into a hypnotic hum. But beyond the Colosseum's walls, the empire begins to fray. Commodus renames Rome after himself, declares himself a god, and fills the city with statues in his likeness. Imagine the Senate, once a bastion of wisdom, now hushed with fear as his whims grow erratic. The people cheer in the arena, but in the streets, whispers of unrest grow louder as you drift closer to sleep. Picture the Colosseum at dusk, its arches casting long shadows across the sand. Commodus' performances light up the arena, but they cannot hold back the tide of change. In 192 AD, his reign ends in betrayal, a quiet death in a palace chamber, far from the cheering crowds. The empire pauses, uncertain of what comes next, but the Colosseum endures, its stones holding the echoes of 1,000 stories. A legacy in stone and time, the Colosseum stands as a silent witness to Rome's saga. Its arches, weathered yet proud, have seen the Flavian's vision, the 5 good emperors' wisdom, and Commodus' fleeting drama. Vespasian gave Rome strength, Titus gave it joy, Domitian gave it ingenuity, Nerva brought fairness, Trajan glory, Hadrian beauty, Antoninus peace, and Marcus Aurelius wisdom. Commodus, the performer, gave it spectacle, a final flourish before the golden age dimmed. Together, they wove a tapestry that stretches across centuries, their legacy carved in stone and memory as you sink into sleep. Let the Colosseum fade into soft shadows, its arches blending with the stars. Picture Rome at rest, its hills quiet, its river flowing gently under the moonlight. The empire's story lingers in your mind, a soothing whisper of triumphs, dreams, and fleeting moments. The Flavians built a monument, the 5 good emperors built an age, and Commodus played his part on the grand stage. Now, let their stories cradle you, guiding you into dreams where empires rise and fall, and peace awaits. Rome sleeps, and so do you,